artistry in an area that seems so horrific and vile. Are these stairs this far up?
Yeah. They go down, several more feet. Yeah, they're about 10 foot down still, up into that first area. And as you're looking in a north fashion, north is directly up. Every map that I ever do, north will always be up, south will always be down, west will be to the left, east will be to the right. So that's how I do. That's how I do all of my maps. Here we got two ninja guys. We'll have to. I think you got another browser opened up or something, ninja guy.
Doppelganger.
You got a doppelganger.
Yeah, the other one might have been timing out.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, there we go. I see it. I got rid of it.
So as you can see, there's a room ahead. Looks like a portcullis, and you can see a very bright green illuminating light that's protruding through the portcullis. And this is a green light that both Kade and Vhey are familiar with. This is the green light that the Spire itself gives off. That, that very fluorescent green type of bright light. And you can see that it's coming from around from the room to the north. And you can actually see a portion of it sticking out past the wall through the portcullis.
Have you guys dealt with this before? What is that?
Well, that's the spire that you normally see above ground, and we've seen it on the 2 floors above us. I wonder how far down this thing goes. How deep?
I kind of want to put you back on the roleplay screen real quick.
Okay. Oh, up at the top right.
Yeah, go to the top right. Now, up here at the top right, this is what the spire looks like, if you guys want to kind of enlarge that a little bit. Now the spire it's up a couple miles high, Kenshi and Xerafen. You guys know of the spire. You've patrolled around it. You've dealt with undead before as a Hell Knight. But this spire, several spires protrude several miles up into the air. And the way that Vhey is mapping, she has this, and this is what she has also as she's mapped it. Now, the spire goes down. You can see that the shaft of the spire continues to go down. Now, Vhey, you've got this kind of figured out to where the spire is about here, inconsistent with the room that you're in, because you know that the room is going to go off to the right because you have the walls on your left. So this is how the spire is going down, being driven down. How you have no clue how far this emerald spire goes down, but as you map, you find another chunk of this spire each level that you delve deeper down into the emerald spire. And this is where these symbols were found, as Vhey explained to you. On these greens, this portion of the spire, it has all of the markings that you see that she has sketched on all of the different maps. So that's to give you guys because every single floor is not the same. It's not just driven through the middle of a bunch of dungeon levels stacked up on one another. I mean, they're going all over the place, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in regards of where you're at now on floor 3. So I'll move you back over to this map.
Oh, I see. Okay, so looking at the maps for the ground level and the sub-level, at the ground level it's kind of right in the middle, and the sub-level 1 it's kind of down there in the...
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Exactly. Because the first level, the spire was exactly directly in the middle of the outer ruins, which was outside. Wembo, thank you very much for the follow, Wembo.
And Aberdeen, I'm betting the Spire will have another glyph on it. And I cannot wait for you to check it out.
I will do that.
Having a
A
problem,
word of
bud?
caution, though.
I'm gonna be.
Be careful of traps.
Aha, this is where I go first.
And the way that I do traps, especially in Pathfinder, I usually roll your perception roll for you, because I don't want the, I don't mind it, but a rogue's repetitive rolls every 5 feet. Oh, I'm checking for traps here, I'm checking for this here, checking for this. So I do your roll for you to see if you detect something. And then, because I like the elements of surprise.
Yeah, just blind rolls.
Yeah, I love blind rolls because you're always expecting something. When you're not expecting something, and I just say, hey, all of a sudden, wow, you just almost took a footstep, and you just notice a pressure plate an inch under your soul, and you just caught yourself. That's the way I like to do things, so just to let you know.
Perfect.
Usually know something's up when he tells you to roll a reflex save.
Yeah, yeah, or a Constitution save, or something like that.
Right.
But as when you get to doors, now that's when you have control of all of your, thieves checks
Right,
and
to
stuff.
search and look
Disable
for options
device
for
and
stuff,
stuff.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
In fact, I think that would be awesome if I started doing that too, and just tell you, yeah, you think it's pretty good, but then I know if you were, that would actually be pretty. That would actually be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I like the idea of rolling blind stealth checks too.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool. Oh yeah, blind
Be
stealth
more
checks.
realistic.
Yes, it would. Yeah. All of a sudden, you see Kenshi just slink off into the darkness, kind of slinking his way behind all of the. Yeah.
See me.
What was that comedy from the '80s? What was that comedy of the '80s that
I'm wearing black, you can't see me.
where he had a hood on and he goes, "Poof! Now you see me, now you don't." I can't.
Eric the Viking.
Eric the Viking. That's it. Yes. And he was
I am the
visible the
wind.
whole. Yeah, he's visible the whole time, and everybody's going, "What in the hell is this guy doing? What are you doing?"
That's totally me.
Eric the Viking, very good. God, good job, Kenshi.
Ninja
He
the
is
Viking.
he is old school.
Damn it.
All right, so this is where you guys are at. I'm sorry you're having problems there, Aberdeen.
Yeah, I can't. I shut my cam off for a second and then I can't get it back on.
Did you
That's out of
unplug it?
character.
Yeah.
It's
Pretty
still
close to what happened on mine too.
Yeah, I unplugged it and plugged it back in.
unplug it, plug it back in. Solves everything except for this.
I tried, it didn't work.
Get a bigger hammer.
All right, David. So I'd like to go ahead and step forward one and kind of search out the area in front of me.
Sure.
And I was saying, out of character, it is still best for the rogue to go because he's going to have the better perception. And we'll find the trap before we will.
Yeah, so as you enter into this first area of the room, there are broad stone stairs that open to this small, irregularly shaped chamber lit by these oil lamps that are spaced out. To the east, you can see that there is a short flight of steps that lead up to a sturdy door set in the middle of the wall that is flanked by several arrow slits on each side. To the north, you can see that the portcullis gate of iron bars blocks an archway leading to a larger filled chamber with this eerie green transparent light that is beaming into the chamber that you have in front of you.
And I don't see any movement through those arrow slits, correct?
Give me a perception check. I'd like to. Those are pretty small arrow slits, and it is a solid stone wall, but there are several slits. Nothing.
want me to roll that
To.
one?
Yes. Yep. Go for it. Yep. Yeah. You notice behind you can see shadows. A couple shadows. You can see one shadow kind of going from left to right, and one shadow going from right to left behind there. Also, you can also hear them speaking very lightly. You can tell that it's in common, but you really just cannot tell what they're saying.
Okay, and I'll give the signal to hold and see people.
I like that.
Where?
And there's not anything for me to stealth around or stealth behind here, is there?
No, it's pretty much it's dimly lit, but you don't see anyone out of these, veering out of these arrow slits. But you can definitely see several figures kind of moving back and forth behind the arrow slits.
Okay, so I could theoretically just stealth and be quiet and kind of dash up there and.
Sure. And there's a wooden door also. So if you want to go ahead and do a stealth roll, that'll mean how quiet you're being if you're going to stumble or trip. So, oh yeah, you definitely are moving very stealthily up to the top. And you're kind of have your ear against one of these holes up here. And you can see inside.
Oh, you're moving. Okay.
Oh yeah, I just kind of moved you up, but you can move wherever you want. You could start to see inside of these arrow slits, and you can see that there's barrels, boxes, and crates. And another one of these, what appears to be a drow elf, walks past. Doesn't even notice that you're there, because you're kind of in the, you're in the corner. He doesn't see you. Now it looks like they've moved over to your left, which is to the north. So you might want to be a little bit cautious of that. But now, as for this talking, you can hear that they're just speaking in general. They're mentioning something about. She always finds these damn books when we go on our raids or when we're exploring the different levels of the Spire, and we want some of these books as well. And that's basically what you heard. And you also heard that there is a name. They called her ThaRunzz. This damn ThaRunzz, even though she takes good care of us and we are loyal to her, we would like to have some of these books as well. These books of knowledge and books of contraptions and whatnot. I wish we could have some of these books too, but as soon as we take these books and we give them to her, we never see them again. We don't know what's happened to them. And that's pretty much the conversation that you've heard.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move back to the party and
right. Give me one more stealth check as you're heading back.
Oh boy, here's where it all goes wrong.
Oh my goodness! What was that? Oh my goodness! So as you basically what happens, Kenshi, is when you're leaving this area and you turn around, the handle of one of your blades gets caught on an arrow slit, and ching, and oh hey, who's out there? And you see the one of the figures, you see the drow elf come in front of you and says, Who are you? What are you here for? Speak now.
I'm stealth, you can't see me.
Poof, now you see me, now you don't. Identify yourself. Who are you?
ThaRunzz sent me. I'm here to inspect the barrels.
Oh, ThaRunzz sent you? Why did she send you?
To inspect the barrels, fool! Open the door!
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me get the door. And you can hear him rambling behind there to someone else, and you can hear this drow saying, someone's here to look at the barrels. And he goes, well, who is it? Did you get a name? Oh, and then he appears back over in front of the arrow slit, and he goes, what is your name, friend? I haven't seen you here inside of the Gray Shroud. What is your name? It's for documentation reasons.
And I'm from ThaRunzz. She sent me. She sent me to inspect the barrels. If you guys ever wanted to see these precious books again, you better let me in.
Whoa. Stand by 1 second. You still didn't give me your name, though. And he goes over to the door, and and opens it up for you.
So not to get in the light.
He says, you mentioned the boss lady. Yeah, even though you didn't give us your name, I'm still going to open up the door." And he actually opens the door, and you can see that there is a drow standing in front of you, a dark elf. Come in. What are these? What are you inspecting in these barrels? It's just water and foodstuffs and supplies. I don't understand. We've never had a check on the barrels before.
No, you misunderstand me, friend. It's not a check on the barrels. It's a check that you are maintaining the barrels correctly.
Ah, I see. Well, as you can see, they're stacked nice and neatly. They're in order. There's no rodents climbing in and out of them or eating the goods inside. I'm kind of lost on the matter here.
All right, so I don't really know if anybody in my party is actually looking, but I'm going to reach my hand around the door frame on the outside where they can't see and just tap 2 fingers. So if anybody's looking, I don't know. Yeah,
they're not going to have line of sight of that. They're still like five feet back up the stairs, so they don't see it. But however, while you're in this small room, you can see several things.
And Dave, real quick though, I wanted to know if I heard the conversation around the corner.
You can hear speaking, yes, and it doesn't sound like it's a violent type of encounter either. So
okay, yeah, because kind of waiting for the rogue to return, but if I hear a conversation, I may be curious.
Yeah, you definitely hear a conversation going on. So Kenshi, as you enter this small guard room, this is a long, narrow room that has a heavy wooden door, which you just came through, on the western wall, along with a row of the arrow slits. As you can see, there's a total of 4 of them. Now, also, you can see that there are 2 things of uniqueness that you can see that are directly in front of you. To the left, which is right here, you can see that there is a rather large iron lever. Here is a sort of like it's like a hempen rope that is basically fallen from. Well, there's a hole in the ceiling, and the rope comes down to it's within grabbing reach. And you can see that there's a sign on there that says "Pull once and pull twice."
Well, one of them's got to be
and then there's
got to be an alarm.
Yeah, there's some a little bit smaller writing underward. So underneath, ring once is pretty large, ring twice. So if you want to give me a perception check, I'll see if you can actually determine. And then it is written in common also.
Not bad.
Okay. Oh, that's actually really nice. So under 1 pull, it says, "This warns the barracks." 2 pulls, "Immediate call for help." So that's what you see on the sign that's on the wall, basically behind the rope. 1 pull, warn the barracks. 2 pulls, emergency alarm, basically. And then the lever,
okay,
it doesn't have anything on it. It's just like an iron lever. It's actually in the up position right now, and looks like a 2-way lever system. It doesn't look like it has any kind of middle type of notch, because being someone of the shadow, your type of skill set, you would notice something like this on any type of device. Because you've dealt with many of these.
Hey, just real quick to let you know, I think I need to restart TeamSpeak real quick.
Sure.
You guys are really, really quiet, and I can't really hear anything. So give me 2 seconds, okay?
Sure. No problem at all. I think that was actually really, really cool how Kenshin, just with the quickness, he was actually paying attention to the conversation that the half elf and the drow were having,
And
man,
the
I'm
map.
like really,
And somebody's speaking.
really excited about
Yes.
that.
There you
How about
are.
now?
You
Nice.
guys
Sounds
are
better.
so much clearer. Yes, much better. Thank you.
Alright, just leveling up his team speak.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, so
And that was just
Here's
kind of
what I wanna
first
do,
glance
David.
as you came inside, you know. And you can see that there's a corridor as you go, and you kind of glance around, you know, looking at the barrels, and you can see that there's a statue on the very southern wall, and it looks like there possibly is a way to go east and another door on the right-hand side. So there's lots of options here for you. Lever, rope, desk, barrels, and two, you know, the half elf. There's also a half elf there also. So, and he turns and faces you. Well, you're in here. Go ahead and by all means check the barrels. You were so adamant about it. I'm sure Tara knows what
Don't
she's
rush
doing.
me.
Look around the corner.
Okay, as you look around the corner, Vhey, you can see that, you know, in this room, you can see that there is a door that is open, a nice wooden door, very sturdy wooden door. You can also see that there's several arrow slits. Well, you can hear Kenshi speaking with several other humanoid types of individuals in this room. Doesn't sound like there's any kind of fighting going on. Nothing, just normal conversation.
So if I move down a little bit closer to the barrels, like I am on the screen
Mhm.
there, is it? Can I see Vhey out through the arrow slits?
Give me a perception check. I'm going to give you a pretty low DC because you would probably be looking for her anyway, or anyone for that matter, because it's looking 2-on-1 for you. So, and a rope and a lever. So, yeah, you can see Vhey kind of poking around the, you know, and Vhey, you can actually see Kenshi through this arrow slit here, several inches wide. You can see him kind of glancing.
Yeah, from my point of view, she's right there.
Yep.
I'm looking right at her.
Yep.
All right. So as I lean down towards the barrels, I can just put one hand through the arrow slit and then motion that there are two bad guys in here.
I like it.
Alright, what's your hand motion look like? I want to see that.
Pac-Man.
Okay.
The old Pac-Man symbol, huh?
I turn and I look at the Zero Fan and say, "Did you bring scissors?"
No, I didn't bring any scissors.
I love it.
If I can catch his eye, I just kind of do a shrug.
Yeah, you see her kind of give you the okay.
I desperately need scissors.
Bring scissors up here now.
What's up,
All
Megawar?
they have is paper. This is the only thing to beat them with.
So the half elf walks over to the desk and he pulls something out of one of the drawers, and he pulls out like a parchment, you know, like a leather bound, you know, I want to say portfolio with some documents, and he goes, yeah, well, whoever you are, you're going to need to sign here because we are, you know, as you know, we are pretty organized here in the Grey Shroud, and Taryn wants us to keep everything nice and organized with all the visitors, so you're going to have to sign here. You're going to have to sign. He pulls out a, you know, an ink quill and a bottle of ink as well. So you're going to have to sign this when you leave.
Can I hear this conversation?
You most certainly can.
Okay.
All right. Well, what I'm going to do is say, okay, I can absolutely sign that. What I usually like to do is to just sit on the floor and stretch out a little bit, and then sign on chairs. So I'm going to step over here into this corner, if that's all right.
Nice ritual.
What are you doing again? Can you tell me that again? That makes absolutely no sense.
Does he allow me to take the piece of paper out of his hand or the portfolio out of his hand?
Yeah, he's looking at you. He's actually in a dumbfounded state. He just really doesn't know what to say. So you grab the portfolio from him, and then you say you have to do some type of ritual and go to the corner of the room. I got to hear this now. What is this?
No, I'm gonna go over here into the corner where my guy is, my token is, and just lean over there, right where the chair is, and sign my name right there in the chair. What I'm trying to do, and maybe they would notice this or figure this out or not, is I'm basically blocking off the alarm cord from them getting to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've got your back up against it. So you said something about a ritual. You said you have to come to the corner, and because I need you to give me a bluff check on this. So I was going to ask you for a bluff check. So
sure, that was my Blues Brothers moment. I'm going to go sit in the car and sign the check on the dashboard as we drive away. That would be my bluff.
Well, hurry up and just hurry up and take care of it, because we can't have this door open too long.
Absolutely understandable. I mean, but don't rush me. These are the way that things are done. But of course, we don't want anybody to come in and start attacking you while that door is open and anything like that. No.
Right. At this point, I wave my group to come on.
Okay.
And I will move to go through the door.
Okay. Everybody, hold on real
Follow
quick.
Vhey.
I want you to do a stealth check for me, Vhey.
Right,
I was gonna.
okay.
Yeah, about right here. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. I'm going to do a perception check.
Oh, okay.
And after I say that, can I start rattling around the papers, shuffling and say, who else has been in here lately, and try and make a little bit of noise just to try and maybe cover?
Sure. Yeah, you RP it up, man. That's what DMs eat this stuff up, man. So are you still kind of fumbling around? I guess what you drop the pen a couple times? Let me get this thing. Spill the. I'm sorry, I spilled the ink.
A little bit of Three Stooges. Yeah. Yeah. And then like, who is this guy? Why did you let him in here? How could you have possibly allowed somebody with such low credentials into this room?
Bartholomew!
They're not supposed to be in here.
Bartholomew's ThaRunzz second-hand man. Hey, what is that out here?
Yeah,
What is she doing here? So, Vhey, as you start to move up the steps, I had a horrible perception roll. I figured you would have definitely beat that. But all of a sudden, the half-elf
Never underestimate my -1
comes to the door and says, "Who is this? Who is this? I don't trust this. You're not supposed to be here for the barrels." And he reaches over here. He moves and tries to reach for the rope. He's not even going to be able to. He's going to try to push you to the side. So let's go ahead and roll initiative.
I've got the alarm. Go get that one.
You've got the alarm. I like it. You got the alarm.
I've got the alarm. Go get that one. Guard the door. Do not let them in.
All right. Roll initiative. Everybody, roll initiative. That is awesome. I love it. You guys are. That is so good. I'm definitely going to reward something like that. That is good. Great job, man. Quick thinker. I really like that. Everybody get their initiative rolled? Looks like everybody's macro worked okay. Very nice. Looks like it. Aberdeen Dungington. That's such a great name for a half-orc. Okay, so actually the dark elf. He as his free action, he's there's a female out here. The half elf is talking about that, and he runs out here with his, and he draws his weapon out. He draws a short sword, and he goes, "Halt, intruders!" Comes up and attacks Vhey. Doesn't even ask